Hello, hello. I'm trying to make sure that I have some sound. Went on to visit with you tonight and no sound. So here we go. I think we've worked out. So hopefully we can talk and paint and excite you guys a little bit. So um, come on and let me know that you hear. And if you are excited to learn some one stroke painting, and just by being on, I can share with you some things that I think you will love. There you are. Hello, finally. Everything was not working, everything. So I decided to come on again and see if you can actually hear me. Y'all can hear me? Yes. Hello, hello. Howdy, howdy, all of you, especially you Texas girls and all the rest of you. We got some North Carolina girls and Curtis. We got Curtis on. That's good. We just need to get Greg and George and some others on tonight. That would be nice. Hello, hello. Yes, you can hear me. Thank you. Loud and clear. It helps to put the mic on. I get all excited and go, right when I click go, I realize no mic and it won't let me put it on after we're going. So anyway, I'm not super techie. I'll tell you what it is as I know what I know, and that's all I know. So I said I already lost. Oh, here's my guys right here. Okay, so these are official. OneStroke.com, 30% off till 11:59 tonight. All right. So I don't want you to miss out. 11:59 tonight, and the code is right here. The code is 122925. So it's the 12th month. Ought to help you. It's the 12th month. It's the 29th day, and it's the 25th year. All right. So you guys spend $50. It's tonight to 11:59, and then it shuts off. So I have to tell you, this is a super sale. I want you to know the special usually is if you are on my membership, you always get 20% off. I like it when the codes are the dates. Well, it helps me to be able to remember it as I'm showing it to you. Thanks. Um, so this is the deal. I want you to understand this is the time you should buy the things that you really would like, but you're not going to buy them because I don't know if I want to spend it. But so many people jumped in on this special of the glass and the binder sealer. Okay, it's the binder sealer. And that's what I use when I painted this. And the glass, if you're having problems up, thumbs up, yes, thank you. If you're having a problem and you're not sure if it's going to be durable, I want you to take and put the load your paint on the brush and then you dip it. And I pour out that binder right here in a little Dollar Tree cup and then I just dip my brush in it as I load it. It's all loaded, then I dip it. I like it when the codes of the dates. It says that over and over. Well, Pat, I'm glad you're there. Thank you for helping me. And then I use these for little votives, like the battery operated candles. But I want you to see, not only is it for the glass, but this is what I use it for. It's the Fragment Effects glass chips and binder sealer. And that's what this is, okay? Now these are the pieces of glass. They're called Fragment Effects on my website. Fragment Effects. All right. And now usually these glass chips, these are 6-ounce bottles, and the glass chips, these are tumbled. So that it doesn't cut you. Like I can go across that. I just ripped one off. But what happens is I've gone like that across some of the other glass pieces I put on before and in the last years and it literally slices my fingers. Anyway, these are 6 ounces. They're $3.99, but you're getting 30% off. All right. So I just want you to know these 4-ounce bottles are for glass painting, and I show you how to do it. So just watch some of the videos I've been putting on. And then the Fragment Effects come in 14 colors. All right. So this is a couple of other pieces I just did with the glass effects. Look at this. See that? I put them all on there. This was a painting I did the other day live. And then this I did a long time ago, but look. See, all you do is you put your glass chips on here that you want, and then you drip this all over and let it sit overnight and see, like, it just looks really pretty when it's on there. So you can do it on wood, canvas, glass, whatever. So I just wanted to do a sneak peek and show you that while we're looking at good things to buy. The other thing I need to make sure that you know about, if I told everybody to go see the bundles, there's bundles of my tools, all right, bundles of paint. There's some paints that are not in the bundles, but so those won't count for what I'm trying to say. But like your double loader, there's all kinds of tools in here that are on the bundle. So when you search, you hit bundle. And what we use at One Stroke Painting, guys, if you don't know anything about One Stroke, we use white and floating medium the most. These are 8-ounce bottles. So we already discount these two. And we don't do double discounts when I'm doing like 30% off. Okay. Now I'm going to paint, like I'm going to show you some of the things that I've painted from the A to Z. And I'm just going to show you some really fun ways to do that. Now, if you ever, hello, if you ever wanted to be able to paint and you never thought you could, this is what I'm going to show you. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go paint, and then renew what our special is today and then paint some more. How's that sound? All right. So I bought one of these books. People misunderstood and they thought they got the books with it. This is just from the office supply store. And these are the sleeves. So I want you to see, first of all, you can whip through your guides and get pansies and 4 different roses and daisies and what do you call it? Lilies, calla lilies, and more. So let me show you what happens with this. All right. This is the special deal. I know that the paint company's out of them, but Mark ordered ahead knowing that we're going to have these specials. So we have them. They're in stock. This is a fabric medium too. No, this isn't a fabric medium. This is, you want to use flow medium for glass, and then we discontinue flow medium. So, and we use floating medium for acrylic painting on most things because we use that instead of water. All right. Now, and then we have, is this textile? Yeah, this textile medium. So this is very watery like the flow medium, but that's the hardest sealer that we have right now. All right. And that's what glues these glass pieces. Textile mediums what you use for fabric. So you load your brush with the paint. Then each time I put it in a cubby too, and I write what's inside of this. All right. I write in there. You can see I really wrote it right. This is the binder and sealer. All right. And we use this for the glass. All right. And then we use it also for attaching the fragment effects on all kinds of surfaces. Some people were asking me, can they put those stones on here? They would roll off, and you need a kind of like a flat surface. So I put them on wood, metal, all kinds of things, but you can't put it on round because it won't stay until it dries. If you have a trick to make that work, let me know. But I've done paintings under glass, because there's all kinds of beautiful frames that you can mat that are matted and like Hobby Lobby and stuff. And so you get their 50% off, and then you put a painting underneath. And then I do butterflies on the glass in the frame, and I do stones right over this. So it's like 3D. All right. So that's a fun way to take a $1 piece. Well, nothing's $1 anymore, but you know what I mean. All right. So let me share. I want to have you get the special before they're sold out. Again, we got in a good stock, and more came in today, so that I took a ton of orders over the weekend. What I want you to see are over the holiday here and the last 3 days. All right. And so this is the time to get it because we can get them all shipped out. Okay. So this is what I'm telling you. It's A to Z of One Stroke painting, floral painting. And there's 50 lessons, 50 reusable teaching guides, and 5 brushes. And these are really good quality brushes. You can't get these brushes anywhere but in this kit, I did a chunkier handle for people with arthritis, or if you just need a better control, you know how they have fatter crayons for kids and seniors. So I just want you to know that they're really smooth, beautiful handles. And we have 5 brushes. We have an angle brush. We have a scruffy brush, which I created this brush. We have a 3/4 inch, a 12, and a 2 script liner. So, and you get the box. It comes in a nice wooden box. This is what I painted on the wooden box at Platt at the paint company, is I painted just a few of the flowers that are inside here. All right. So the best part of this not only is the 50 cards. All right. These cards, let me show you what happens with these cards. All right. So they have all the steps. All right. Cherry blossoms and dogwood and hibiscus and irises, tulips, morning glories, and more. So this is what you do. All right. You come in here and this tells you what paint to pull. All right. Then you get my video ready. I also use this double loader through the whole video. Okay. So we load it together and then I show you how to load it and how to use it. All right. This is helping you if you're having a hard time painting, learning to paint and it's muddy. But this is what you do. You stroke it and see if the stroke's the color you want it and where you want to match that. And then I number these and we do this together right on the video. And I show you the way to make the strokes happen. And this is the back petals. And then I come on top of it and do petals in front too. All right. Then you flip it over and you lay wax paper or whatever and you paint right on top of this. All right. So this is wipe it off with a baby wipe or a wet paper towel. And like I said, I love putting my brushes, storing my brushes in here. And I love coming over here and in the plastic sleeve, quickly pan it to see. And this protects it too. All right. See what I want to paint. All right. I do want to paint something pretty for y'all today. Now, this is what you get. Let me get focused, Donna. You're going to get 10 bottles of paint, and they're full bottles of paint. They're just not little pot paint. And we don't use water, we use floating medium. So think about this. You go around your house and you pick out little glasses and stuff that you've broke parts of the set or whatever. You paint on your glass, make it into a votive if you want to. You can drink out of them, whatever. Clay pots, all kinds of things around your house that I do clear plates. And there's tons of things that we paint on. Here's the brushes that you need, 50 laminated reusable teaching guides, 10 bottles of paint. This is enough to practice and learn each one of those strokes to make all these flowers. A bottle of floating medium. The best part of this is when you use this up, you can go right in the store, you can go right online and you can order the exact one by the number and know which one you need to replenish, right? And you get the 50 lessons with me online free. And you just watch them with your guide and watch them with me. 50, okay? They're an average of 15 to 20 minutes. And so they're like tutorials and we do them together. All right. So I just want to share this with you. The hottest kit I've ever done. Even when I'm on the shopping channel, we've sold thousands. I want you to know that this A to Z kit is in the $60 range. 64.95 or something, but then you're taking 30% off. You're going to take 30% off. This is your code, and it's only till midnight tonight. So remember that. It's only till midnight tonight, 11:59. Okay. So the special's 30% off, onestroke.com. And I have people saying, say it again, say it again. So I just want you to know that the code for tonight and the rest of this day till 11:59 tonight is the month is the 12th month. Today's the 29th and it ends the 29th and the 25th year. All right. And so that makes it easy for you to remember, just onestroke.com. And then I'm going to be quiet and paint. How's that sound? All right. So I just want to paint. I just wanted to get that out of the way. So you see and rewatch it. And if you don't remember what the deal is, I want you to know the deal. All right. So Where's my black pad? I don't seem very organized, do I? All right, this is a gray one. Um, so I had everything here and organized. This is what I was working on. Um, I was showing everybody this piece right here. And um, what we're going to do is paint some of the things that are inside our reusable teaching guides and those A to Z. So when you're looking for the A to Z, guess what you do? You go to my website, onestroke.com, and you search AZ Kit. AZ Kit. That's what you want to do. All right. And then it'll take you right there to paint with me. All right. And get that kit and see what you want to do. Now, I encourage you to just try one flower at a time. But just if you give yourself, guys, if you give yourself an hour, and an hour, you won't believe what you learn. Okay. That's one thing that I was excited to share with you. There's a lot of things we do. Like, I want you to see that I'm putting with the Scruffy brush, I'm going to put the mixture of a couple of colors. All right. And while that's wet, see that? And I'm going to do a little bit of one over here. These are wisteria. I just did this on a short tonight. That's why I've got this on here. So you can go check that out. All right. Now, I also teach you design. So we want 3. We really didn't want 2 on here, but I was doing a short and the time just went by really fast. All right. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a 12. Let's see if we got 12 in here really quick. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up some white. All right, this is already wet. So let's take this already wet. So I can, instead of floating media, I'm going to just have some purple. And then I'm going to go like this. You want to tap, spread your paint out. And then I'm going to stroke next to the white. All right, so look at this, back and forth with my flat 12. I can just have the main color. All right, because I usually use floating medium to do this, but we're on a wet surface and I like wet on wet. Okay, so now look what we're going to do. We're going to make a half circle of white, and you're going to turn this way and this way and this way. Now, you keep picking up white now. That's something that most people go and double load over and over and over. But we already have all this paint sitting here waiting on us, okay? So I just want you to turn it different ways. You can do 5 petals, like 1, 2, just the white. Look at the white. 3, 4, 5. Oops, I slipped right on my hand. Gonna do it again. All right. So now I didn't like that one, so I can come right in here. All right. And here, I like to go around the outside edge first and get a little bit of that hydrangea. This whole hydrangea and how to use it, how to make it happen is right in the A to Z. The A to Z. So just put AZ kit, and it'll take you right to my kit, right on my search bar under onestroke.com. If you want to get the best deals of what I do on my YouTube channel, the brushes and paints, the most colors that I use, and special deals where you can get the 13-piece set and all, those are always right there under bundles. All right. So go check those out when you get a chance. But just remember the bundles, if they're already discounted, highly discounted, you can't use another discount on it. Okay. So you can do one or the other. All right. Usually. All right. It's the $60 range. And then you take off. Yeah. Then you take what was the price? Okay. It's in the 60, maybe 64.95 or whatever. And it's got everything but the surface. And you have to have a container to put your brushes in with water. And you can be learning at home so darn fast with, let me tell you the thing that's most important. I tell people that I can teach you how to paint and how easy one stroke is. But guess what the magic of one stroke is? The magic is I break down these strokes to be simple strokes And this one stroke can be anywhere from a gingerbread man to different types of flowers and clouds. And so I'm teaching you easy ways to overlap and multiply and get a great look. Then I teach you that the thing that's most important here, guys, is that you need this creamy. Look how thick and creamy that paint is. It's multi-surface. It's got a sealer inside of the paint. There's a sealer in there. And so it paints indoors, outdoors, right on this glass, right straight on the glass, and candles, fabric, all kinds of things. So this is the thing. You have to have a thick, great paint because we're going to paint wet on wet. No smell. So it's wonderful if you people have allergies. And I want you to understand that as I'm teaching you, you have to have a brush that's not a craft brush. You have to have a brush that as you push, it springs right back up. Push, spring, push, spring. So if you don't have pressure, you don't have blending. All right. So you get white and purple and all the colors in between by putting pressure. And so as I'm teaching you, I'm not going really fast like this. I'm trying to show you how much you can paint by just practicing. Look, all of this is one single stroke that you had to learn. You push down, you make a half circle with the white, and then you flip the brush the other way and the other way. And before you know it, you have something that looks like a really quick and easy hydrangea. Okay. Hi, guys. Thanks for being on. So I want you to see, you can now also, let's put some floating medium down so you know where's my floating medium. I want you to see that I'm going to put this out. And this is what this medium, see, it's a thick, clear medium. All right. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to go right over to that. Let me get that Scruffy out of the way. All right. We're going to come right over here. And I'm going to use this medium. Oops, that's not going to show on there. So let's get green. It's not going to show because it's dark. All right. So I want you to see that I can come in here and push with this medium and get a shadow leaf. All right. As that dries, look how fun. All right. So I can bring in some blues, some greens, and come over here. 1, 2, 3. Now I want a shadow leaf. And then I'm going to take the chisel edge and I'm going to go right into the leaf. So as this dries, you can see, let me put some lavender here. So see, I can take that medium and I can get all these yummy colors. Let's go like that and pick up medium. And we have some purples. 1, 2, 3. And there's something in there, so we'll just do it again. Okay. So look, you can add a little bit more paint with your medium. Now, if you don't like a stroke, look at this. We just restroke it and we pull a stem right back in. All right. Now, what I did was I took these leaves, see those with paint on them, and I took them through there and then stroked over here, which gave me great leaves with beautiful color in them. So see that? Really pretty leaves with beautiful color in it. Now, then what I want to do is I want to show you how easy it is to do a rose. All right, so we're going to come right here and let's make some purple roses. All right, uh, let's see. I know the black makes everything pop. Isn't that great? Now I painted hundreds of mailboxes that were black, hundreds of them because they pop, and then probably a million white mailboxes. And I had everybody in my warehouse doing an ivy mailbox, one ivy on the front, an ivy swagging down the whole both sides, and I spin it on a spice rack so I don't have to touch it. I paint the ivy, flip it. The key was I had one brush with the greens on it. Then I would paint the numbers and we would finish a mailbox every 15 minutes. Is that crazy? every 15 minutes. So one stroke painting makes it so you can be profitable, makes you learn how to blend, shade, and highlight. It makes you make money and save money. I used to get in trouble on QVC because I said, you can turn it into business, you can make money. And they go, you can't say that. But I said it, and then I was sorry afterwards. But I just want people to know it can just be your passion. You can be doing it for therapy, which I tell many people. When my daughter at day before her 23rd birthday stopped breathing, her heart quit out at BYU at college, and I buried myself into painting just so for a moment I wasn't thinking my daughter's gone, my daughter's gone. And so I'm just telling you, I think it's great therapy. And I have therapists that even have put some paintbrushes and paints and one stroke teaching guides and some of their places for their teenagers and all when they come for therapy that they have learned it just so they can go teach them. I literally had nuns out in California that with abused centers for women, and they just said that sitting there learning one stroke with me was therapy for them, and they were so happy to go and be able to teach it to others. So I know it breaks my heart every time I see a long, beautiful, blonde haired, yeah, pretty, from the back. I'm just like, oh my gosh, my heart pings because, but I know she's up there in heaven and she's talking to me. And every once in a while, like this morning, I'm going to cry. when when I'm thinking about her, the craziest thing is we see cardinals. And so sometimes even the grandbabies go, "Oh, Maria's with us," because they see cardinals, even from the time they were like 5 years old. So, because she was a child magnet, let me tell you. Well, this morning I go to the car and I hear a cardinal, and I'm thinking, where in the world is that? And I look straight up at a palm tree, and there's all that brown pod up in there, and this bright red, going crazy, singing, chirping is a red cardinal. And I go, "Hi, Maria. You wanted me to remember you today, didn't you?" And so that was a nice, big, happy heart. And I said, God's tender mercies. Okay, so I just want you to see, like, that's looking heavy to me. So now what I want you to see, how many of you think that you could have fun learning how to paint something like this? And even if you just gave away like a greeting card with painting on it. I mean, even if you learned first, if you don't have any other surface, and I like to, at Walmart, would get a thing of cardstock. We would get there was those big party envelopes at Walmart and the office supply area. And then I would just fold the paper in half and the cardstock, and we would paint on it. And I have a couple of like Brenda Martis. She does 40 cards at a time and takes them into the ministry. And they're for people to just. She paints sometimes on a little teeny canvas that can go in the envelope, like I do, and then she will give it to her pastor or whatever, and they share it with newcomers or people that have lost somebody and they're suffering, and that makes her feel so good, and that's what she does with hers. So the thing is I did for 5 years. Well, I have 34 grandbabies now, but for 5 years I painted every greeting card in our family for 5 years. So I just wanted, like, it was a goal for me. But when when greeting cards became a dollar, I was like, okay, especially when they're cutesy things I need to do for the grandbabies. But I want you to see, you can get to this point, or you can take your Scruffy. There, I have 3 sizes of Scruffy. This was a 1/2 inch. This is a 1/4 inch, and you have to fluff your Scruffy, and it doesn't say that anywhere. So you have to listen to me. Fluff it. That looks like a makeup brush. See that? So you fluff it, and the more you use this, at first you might lose a few hairs. This is the brush I created. It's natural hair. And when you pounce with this, it is like a makeup brush when you feel it. It's not like this. This is a mop brush, and this is different. But our Scruffy brush does all kinds of fun things. All right. I haven't looked to see if you're asking me questions or anything. So 30 years ago, not three, was what? I missed it. I missed it. Oh, you remember watching me 30 years ago? Ah, all my mailboxes, I know. And try to find old mailboxes just so I could paint it. Well, mailboxes used to be $4.95. We would buy pallets of them from Walmart, and but they're not that much anymore. They're a lot more. But that's what I did, and that's how I started my mailbox business. All right, so look, I did T-shirts, and I would sell them a dozen at a time to gift shops and all here in Florida. And all my shirts, I would buy wholesale for like they're 50/50 heavyweight guys, and I would buy them for about 250 a shirt at some the wholesale places for printing, and I would sell 'em for 22.95. So I averaged $3 for a shirt, and then um I'd line up about 6 of them, 4 to 6, and it would take me, an hour at the most to do all of those. It could take you an hour to do one, but when you line them up, I line them all up around me, like the mailboxes, I stand on the ends all around me, and then I can grab them and put them on, a spice rack, spinner, a Lazy Susan, and then I spin it and paint the ivy. I have to show you what I do on that. So you'll see. Now see how that just fluffed it up? Now remember it was tight? So happy to be watching you tonight. Thank you, Sandy. I miss you. And Michelle Sweets, I have quite a few Michelles. I always wonder which Michelle is that one. Um, yes, but you know what? I know I'll see my daughter again, and I know she's in a better place than we are here. Excuse me. But and we just lost a grandson. So we just know Maria's got him and showing him love. And we make sure that please, please go find him. And especially the children that have been abused or whatever, because Maria was studying to be a social worker and she loved kids. I said, you need to do something besides that. Some horrible stories that she had to live through in her studies. All right, so see, that's just nothing but mostly purple, white, and some green. All right, so all right, look, now I can change this. Let's change it. You want to change it up a little bit? Just a little bit. All right, so I am going to put some yellow out. All right, you could do blue and white. We could, but I want to pop. All right, so this is daffodil yellow. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are. Let me stop really quick, really quick. Tonight is only to 11:59. 11:59. There's 30% off sale. All right, so where is it? Onestroke.com. You like my handy signs? Onestroke.com. That's pretty easy. That's what I'm teaching you on One Stroke. I created One Stroke painting many years ago. 30% off just to tonight at 11:59. It's gone on for 2 days. It's crazy. Things are flying out the door. The biggest seller has been the A to Z kit and Fragment effects, our glass. It's a glass chip binder and sealer, but I'm loading my brush and I'm dipping it in the binder sealer, and then I stroke right with my acrylic paints right on the glassware. All right, so there you go. I did this on here the other day. All right. And I love painting glass because you can wipe it off if you don't like it and start over. So, all right, onestroke.com, 30%. Now, if it's already discounted for some reason online, that's the only thing that will pop up that will not be discounted. Okay. And some of my bundles I've had a few people say I couldn't get that on there. All right. So, this is the code. So, it's really easy. Just listen. The code when you check out is 12th month, the 29th day. It ends tonight. Don't miss out. And it's the 25th year. So it's that easy. You get 30% off if you spend $50. All right. So this is 64 or something like that. And you get 30% off. And this is the A to Z kit. And in the A to Z kit, not only do you get your paints, your floating medium, you're going to get 50 teaching guides. I keep losing everything. 50 teaching guides, and you get 50 lessons online, 50 lessons that are tutorials. So I load my double loader and I paint every stroke with you. And so the paint company says it's like having Donna in a box, shows up at your door, and then you can watch me online. And people seriously feel like they're like my best friends by the time you painted that much with me. So listen, 50. Do you understand? If you want to make money, you can teach yourself that and then teach it to your friends and charge them $25 to $30, get them to paint with you. This much paint, these are the colors. These are the basic colors that you can use for all 50 flowers. And look, I painted my wood box. You get a wood box, 10 full bottles of paint, a floating medium, 5 amazing brushes, not craft brushes. You can't learn one stroke, and have a wimpy brush. Time for bed. Wishing everybody happy New Year's. All right. And then here are the 5 brushes: angle, a scruffy brush, and a 12, 3/4, and a 2 script liner. And then you get 50 of these guides. All right. And they're laminated so that you can paint on it, wipe it off, and paint again right on here. All right. Until you learn how to do that stroke. All right. And I number the strokes. I make it, this is totally for beginners. But you can ask on here how many of my non-beginners have bought this kit. All right. And I went to the office supply store. This is not in there. So I want you to know, people kept saying, where do I get that notebook? I was going to paint on here really pretty. Got this at Walmart years ago. But I go to the office supply store and I get these in the sleeves. And I can flip through my 50 flowers really quick, like I used to do on the shopping channel. And so there's like 4 different kinds of roses, all kinds of petals. Now, see, there's all these different petals. You can walk to your garden and there's 50 different ones. So you can walk to your garden and say, oh, that looks like the petal on this flower. Or this looks like we've got petunias and we've got marigolds. My husband said, what are those flowers that are out there all over the entrance to this neighborhood? I said, they're marigolds. And you're just learning one little stroke and it makes that whole flower. And you see how pretty those leaves are? This is my birthday month, chrysanthemums. I do beautiful colors with those. These are just giving you dogwood, fuchsia, different flowers. Best selling kit I've ever had. And let me tell you, giving you this will inspire you to do so much more. So I love for you guys to try it, and getting the 30% off. If you're a member of my One Stroke Advantage on YouTube, the thing is you always get 20% off, and just by being a member. So most people say when they pay $10 a month to be a member, the advantage is that you can always get the 20%, even if you buy one thing. But that's not very smart because the shipping is going to kill you. So you can buy all of that paint and ship it for about the same price as 2 bottles, you know? So I just want you to think about that. And joining for $10 a month, you owe that to yourself this month or next month, and just try it. You get 4 full length lessons, and One Stroke Advantage means that you're going to get 20% off. Pay people tell me all the time that that 20%, that $10 they spent, will get they'll get their money back as soon as they do their first order because they saved 20%. And it was more than $10 they saved. The other thing I want you to know is, if you come on and become a member, so I want everybody to subscribe because it's free. I have lots of wants. Do you hear me? To subscribe is free. Ring the bell. You'll know when I come on live. If you have time, you can pop on and watch me and see if I have any other offers. But I just want you to know that. What do I want you to know? It went in and out of my head that fast. I don't know. I'm going to keep painting. I don't even remember now. But oh, the other thing is that's subscribing. But all you have to do to see what you get and the One Stroke Advantage is you um, click join, and join will take you to a couple different places so you can choose what you would like to join. Okay. And so that's a really advantage for you. Now, look at this. This is actually a one stroke leaf. And so I've taught you some one stroke leaves along here, and I'm going faster than when I'm in my lessons. I just want you to know these demos, I try to like whack out a whole bunch of painting. So you go, oh my gosh, she makes that look easy, right? Joining was the best gift to myself. Oh, thank you, Barbara. All right, now that's a leaf, and this is a daisy stroke, a daisy stroke. All right, so see that yellow? I also have beautiful stencils I've created, and my stencils will like do the butterfly shape for you, and you can have a perfect point on both sides. You can do butterflies, you can do dragonflies, you can do all kinds of birds, and I do the stencils different than most stencils are. They're heavy duty, they're amazing, taking 30% off the stencils. Some people have gotten 14 stencils, 6, 8 stencils. They get the beginner, that 13-piece sets of paint even, and then my value pack of the 1059 brushes, or go look at, there's a super deal, the most used brushes of Donna on that bundle page. There's all kinds of things that you can just grab to try it if you don't want to spend $60. You won't spend 60 because you get 30 off. All right. So look for some way for you to join and try it with me, okay? And the bundle section, and you put in search bundles, that helps you to know what to get just to get started. Okay. So there's inexpensive kits. There's also sets of brushes, sets of paint that like Donna's favorites. These are the ones I use the most on my YouTube channel. Okay. You can also see me on TikTok. You can see me on, we put it on Instagram, all kinds of places. You can see One Stroke Painting with me. And check out, we do a podcast, my husband and I do almost every Wednesday. I cannot do that antenna. Now, if you see I'm painting wet on wet, so while it's still wet, I'm going to come here, I'm going to push down and do the body and lift. Then I'm going to touch and come over, touch and come over and have those antennas on there. All right, isn't that kind of fun? Now, this is beginner, basic, quick and easy, but you can do it. All right. Now, when people say I can't even draw a stick figure, there's no way I'm going to do this. Well, you don't have to be able to draw to do one stroke painting. All right. And you can even add $10 to your membership and get worksheets and patterns for every class I teach. All right. You can tell I had caffeine today. All right. So I wanted to get a toothbrush, or your fan brush. Ah, where's my toothbrush? Okay. I just cleaned it. Don't know where I put it. All right. So the toothbrush, we fly spec, but like when I'm painting a shirt or something, I always get spots on my shirt. And I always get spots on my shirt when I'm teaching. So I'm telling you that you can just come in and do some fly specking. All right. So I'm going to take my fan brush, and fan brush comes in. Oh, this is a set that everybody loves. This is when you should buy this set because they're normally 40. We have them discounted on our site. They're 13 most used brush, and these are all high-end great brushes. These brushes are my everyday brushes I use all the time. But this, if you want a pretty brush in your hand, that's a special gift to yourself. This one, 30% off is a super, super deal. And we just got in 20 more sets. So they fly out of our warehouse. So just think about that. Think about the A to Z kit, number one kit, A to Z. This is what I tell everybody. If you ever wanted to do something really great for a friend, a family member, teenager, whatever, or yourself, there's things that are the best go-to kit. Oops, now I got paint on here. The best go-to kit is right here. There's these 10 paints, floating medium, 5 brushes, 50 guides, all the free lessons, and the wood box. All right. That's your best deal. The second best thing to buy for one stroke painting success is the double loader. All right. And the double loader, I have all kinds of places on Practice Strokes for free on my homepage that teach you how to use this. It's a 5-piece tool. You dampen the sponge, you put it on there. My students in class right here in Florida, I say, bring your double loader, because they said, oh, I never use that anymore. And I said, bring your double loader to class. The ideal is if you're painting and you don't finish and you want to go home and do details, because they always do, is you put your paint, floating medium, right in my class. Then you pop this on. You got to hear the pop. All right. You pop this on, and then you go home, and this lasts for weeks in here. All right. So you save money and you make money by painting and creating. And the reason you're going to save money, it makes you money when you make a gift for somebody or when you make a card. I just bought those brushes. Yes. Thank you. Those brushes are so pretty that you just love, love, love them. All right. The other thing, must have, everybody's getting this because I'm telling you, this is a bundle, and it's the most used paint with one stroke is white. Most used product is floating medium instead of water. That's what we use. So you need 8 ounces. So I had Mark put that together as a super deal, my hubby. And so it's the double loader, it's this and the brushes. So that's what you want to look for. I have the double loader, love it. Exactly. Most people get muddy messes when they're trying to learn one stroke. And if you use your double loader, it's going to change your world. I promise you. And I go on and I just do stroke work with you guys on Practice Stroke. You could just go in there and find, okay, she just did a leaf the other day, and I want to do that leaf. Where you go right there and you watch me. So as I would be showing you, let me just be quiet and stop talking and show you. You're going to come here with water. This is your fan brush. You're going to lay it down. This fan brush does not come in the 1059. You have to buy it separate, but we do have a special where you get the angle brushes, the fan brush, and the 1059 all together in a bundle. It's a super deal. All right, so you're going to take that. Then you're going to come here, and you don't go like this. You lay it flat. And I have somebody who's been with me a long time, and she still goes like this. And I'm like, and like this. I'm like, no, turn it over. And you're going to hit it. You're going to hit it. And then this is fly specking. It gets all over my computer, all over me, but I love it. And so this is what I tell you. If you We do snow during the Christmas time. But if you've done a shirt and you're working and you're painting, just like I painted this right on your shirt, and all I use is I grab some textile medium and you dip in here quite a bit as you're painting. All right. And then when I get done, I always have spots where my fingers touched or I drop paint. And that's where I started using this little fly speck look. All right. So that's how I would describe that on Practice Strokes, so you can see the do's and don'ts and different tips. I also use a toothbrush, which I just had here. I'm really losing it tonight. I came on without my mic on, had to redo that. I keep losing my code. All right. I keep losing my mind. No. All right. So, anyway, I wanted you to see that this is a really fun one that's going to be on Practice Strokes this Friday. All right. So, you have the silhouettes and the shadows in the back, and then see how you can see through the light. And this is Treasure Gold. And I fly specked it like stars. And then I got really thin with a tooth, look down here. So it's like the stars are fading away. All right. And this is this is one of the free classes Wednesday, this Wednesday. Is that New Year's Day, maybe? Okay. So no, it's Thursday, I think it's New Year's Day. But see how I took that black art board and this, we sell these pads. There's 15 sheets in it. And so what I want you to see is this is really thick paint board. And so in any of those frames that have glass in it and they're ready made like Hobby Lobby and they're just really pretty with mat boards and everything, this is perfect to put in there. But I've also sold these at the shows. And I just go to Hobby Lobby or whatever and get mat and put it in a mat and then slide it in a sleeve, a clear sleeve, and just sell this so they can frame it themselves. All right. So it's a really nice heavy duty. So it is 184 pound, 180, yeah, 184 pound. This is mixed media board that you're using, and there's 15 sheets in here. And I have gray tone also. I think, is this my gray tone? All right. So what I like about this is it just has, this is it. Yeah. This is also 184 pound and it just gives it a gray, gives you natural color when you're painting. Okay. You can see the real true colors like this gray mat that we sell that you can scrub up and clean. But I want you to see this water effect. You got to look at when I'm doing this on shirts and stuff. You can spray with a squirt, a spray bottle, and then you can paint and it blurs all out. Or you can do this technique, and I do that a lot on my practice strokes. So you can learn different backgrounds from ombre to scraping on, all kinds of fun things. And I think I've talked, I can't talk anymore, and we didn't even paint the flowers I was gonna paint. But I hope you enjoy that. I have the double loader, she says. All right. And so many people have this A to Z. I'm telling you, I just got like 20 of them in, but I sold a bunch in the last 3 days. So don't miss out getting them. The paint company is sold out of them right now, but we have them, so I want you to get it when you get 30% off. And it's in the 60s, a little bit more than $60. Then you take your 30% off and you have a killer deal. Just get some cardstock or scrapbooking paper and paint on it, or pick up glasses and things. I always did trash to treasure and make these wonderful. Like I would go to the garage sales and I would just go around my house and my friends and said, y'all have any little glass bottles or little glasses, even little votives or shot glasses? And I would paint 70 something of them every Christmas and they'd line them up on the piano. And I told them, everybody get a gift and take one to somebody you visit. And that was so nice because it didn't cost me. Like right now, you go get the ornaments when they're all way, this probably too late already, and you get all the colored ones, all the flat colored ones, all the iridescent ones, because you don't have to seal it or anything because it sticks to those ornaments. And right now is when you want to get them, and you can paint like crazy next year when the time comes, and give them as gifts. I did a group of 43, a group of 38, and a couple more groups and I put curly ribbon from those bows that they sell at Dollar Tree or at Hobby Lobby, where you pull them apart and just put that curly ribbon at the top so you don't have to tie bows, and you are ready to go to those shows and sell. Okay. Love you guys. And by the way, paint your gift bags too. All right. I'll see you next time. Don't miss out. It's 11:59 tonight. OneStroke.com. OneStroke.com. There you go. OneStroke.com. 30% off. And it is the code tonight is the 12th month, the 29th day, and the 25th year. 12, 29, 25. All right. So I'm going to go look and see how many of you go visit. Just go visit. Promise me you'll visit, and promise me, help me. All you have to do is tell 2 of your friends. You'll make a difference in my world, because then I can say, it's just not free time, Mark. I'm sharing with them and they go to my site. So if you go, I'm challenging you to help me and just send me a message that you did, and ask 2 friends to come just join for free my YouTube channel. All right. See if they'll come join me for free and just watch. And many people spent this holiday binging One Stroke. All right. Love you. Hallmark's good too. Bye bye. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.